Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of June 25th to July 8th, 2024. This is a reading if you are Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising, or have another significant Capricorn placement in your chart. If you do like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about these videos. I do tarot videos, I do daily morning coffee with Breege, which is on Instagram, and then I will upload it at some point here to YouTube. And then I also do Archangel Azrael channelings here as well. If you would like to look at my website, see what my services are, and follow me on social media, please check the description box below. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start with our cartouche spread, Murray Hope's way of cartouche, and I'm going to start by doing this reading, and then I will clarify it with the, this week we are using the Osho Zen Tarot to clarify. Okay, so the first thing I'm seeing here, Capricorn, there seems to be something financial potentially connected to either something educational. I don't know if you're going back to school. I don't know if you're a teacher and just got an educational job, or if this has to do with some kind of money that's connected. If you're doing something connected to a spiritual practice where you might be making money. I mean, Earth is showing up here in the Sagittarius house. As far as travel goes, that would indicate probably that you would not be taking any long trips. We do see water in the third house here, so that it is possible that you could be making a short trip to water, maybe someplace within you're not far from where you live. I was going to say in the U.S. it might be within your state, but yeah, but there definitely seems to be this sense of maybe a short journey, but not a long one. I see as far as relationships go, there definitely seems to be this sense of putting up boundaries here. Air is definitely a kind of detachment when it comes to love, and Anubis would be a sense of protecting oneself in terms of a relationship. If you're already in a relationship, in a serious relationship, then there may be, there may be situations with your partner where you feel like the two of you have had to negotiate something. Doesn't necessarily have to be negative, because Anubis is just sometimes where there may be a disagreement, but there's kind of a friendly negotiation. So, not necessarily a negative thing here, but there is definitely a sense of boundaries. I do feel like with the twins in the first house that perhaps you're either reflecting the personality of another, or maybe you are allowing yourself to be, I don't want to say defined by another person, but you may be concerned about how you look to another person. Sometimes this comes up this way when when this card comes up, when that's the situation. Or the twins could also be pointing to a situation where maybe you're showing two different sides to people. Maybe you have a public face, and maybe you have a face that you show in private or only to a certain group of friends. I do feel like you are trying to move towards, those of you who are not in a relationship, there may be somebody in your friend group or your social network who is a potential love interest if you're not involved with somebody. But this can also have to do with you really focusing your wishes, focusing your goals on what you want in your heart rather than what's going on in your head. I mean, that's the other possibility here. You do seem to be doing some kind of a separation here, because you have the Buckle of Isis in the 8th house. So there does seem to be a kind of separation from the collective, so to speak. There's a sense of you blazing your own trail in some way. And so in order to do that, there can be some challenges along the way with that. And maybe there's been some worries or concerns because you have this in your 12th house of maybe things that are repressed or the house of self-undoing, really. So this usually shows what we're concerned about that maybe we're not showing to others. But this could indicate that there's a certain modicum of stress here. So, but again, the fact that it's showing up in the 12th house tells me that it's more of an underlying situation. I don't really see that there's a whole lot going on here that's tremendously difficult. You do have Ta, excuse me, in the 6th house. So this is the house of not only good health, but it's also the house of, can be the house of worry, and the house of jobs, like whatever you do for work for somebody else. And this is certainly a strong Saturn energy here, Capricorn. This is the idea of persistence and hard work. So this is your own energy here. And like I said, the fact that it's showing up here indicates to me that you're working very hard at building something for yourself. There is a money situation. I don't know, with Thoth in the 2nd house, I don't know if there's any kind of, there could actually, even Earth up here, there could be money coming from some legal thing. There could be a legal contract. There could be monies owed to you. There could be money coming out of a legal settlement or an inheritance or something like that, although I usually think inheritance is more of an 8th house thing. That seems to be more money coming potentially from maybe a publishing contract or an educational venture, something like that. But yeah, Thoth here can indicate, something legal with money. But if not, if there's no legal things going on, then I would think Thoth would just mean that, having a good karmic turn when it comes to money and things coming in at the right time. Overall, you have Osiris, so things just seem like they're really stable right now, Capricorn. Like you're just kind of getting your footing, taking a leadership position, taking charge of things, trying to create a stable situation. You have Bast in the 4th house. So I feel like in your home space, this is where maybe you're doing some mental or emotional healing. Maybe you're inviting friends over because Bast has a very social aspect to it as well. But yeah, there's definitely a strong friendly aspect here. And you have Horus directly opposite. So these are really 2 cards of healing. So there also could be some healing stuff that's going on around the family. And you may even be doing certain work around healing as well, because Horus in the 10th house has to do with potentially being in a healing profession, but there's also a strong family vibe. So strong mother-father energy here, if that resonates for you. And Horus can also there indicate being popular, having a lot of charisma, or having a lot of visibility. So I think if there's something you're working hard at, Horus seems to indicate that ultimately the work you're doing is going to be seen. Now, if we go into the 1st house here, we pull our tarot cards. Okay, we've got the Fool and the Devil actually in the 1st house. So this tends to come up when we're ready to take risks. I mean, okay, so these seem to be the 2 sides. Because on the one hand, we're ready to take a risk with something. And on the other hand, the conditioning card is the Devil. This is kind of, as you see, this is a lion among sheep. So there's the idea here that you are a lion, but you might think of yourself as a sheep. And this usually comes up when we are stuck in old mental patterns and old ways of doing things. But the Fool is about breaking out and doing something totally new and taking a risk that maybe you think is going to appear foolish to other people. And that might explain the Twins energy. You may be stuck between, I'm ready for the new thing, and, but, I need to do the old thing. I need to go back and get work a regular job, or I need to go, whatever it is that I'm thinking about breaking out of. I think I say the job thing because that seems to be on the table for a lot of people these days. But, whatever it is that you're saying, I'm ready to turn over a new leaf and do something new and maybe very different. And then there's the other side of you that's saying, but, you really should blend in with the sheep here and not be the lion. But you are the lion. So you are definitely ready to take that risk. But I feel like you may be maybe you're just not showing everybody that you're ready to take a risk because you don't want anybody to think, say like, oh, that's crazy. What are you doing that for? Or you don't want people putting negative energy into what you're doing. Let's see what we have here. Okay, we have possibilities and the dream card. So this is the 6 of Cups and the 2 of Wands with Thoth over here in the 2nd house. So this suggests to me, I don't know. I mean, the dream here may indicate looking for somebody to rescue you financially. There's definitely this sense of, or maybe you're comparing yourself to somebody else unfavorably when it comes to your finances, or maybe where you're at with business or work or something like that. But this is telling you that you need to look at your possibilities. You need to kind of take the view of the eagle here, soar above the situation, and see, look at the possibilities instead of what you may be lacking here. Or maybe what you've done in the past. Maybe there has been a family connection here. Maybe you've had family members helping you financially, but there's definitely the sense of kind of moving away from this and seeing what your possibilities are. In our 3rd house here, we've got water, and with it, we've got, we've got the flowering card. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. So this is definitely a very good omen if you are in your own business, because water would indicate if things have been stagnant, and this indicates movement and change. And flowering just seems to indicate that you are ready to come into your own. If you're not in your own business, then this could be about a situation, a communication, a back and forth, where perhaps you are coming into your own and maybe things are going to be changing. I feel like, when I see a card of change, sometimes emotionally it is back and forth. It can be a little bit of a roller coaster. Some days things may be going great. Some days maybe you're feeling a little more trepidation, again with this double energy here. But with flowering, it definitely indicates you are getting ready to come into your own. In the fourth house, we have moment to moment. This is the Two of Pentacles. And yeah, this again is about going with the natural flow of things. Bast can be about following your intuition. So with that and with this, I feel like it's saying be in the moment, and and let this moment be your moment of power. Follow your intuition when it comes to your sense of security. So I feel like maybe if things have been shifting and changing, it may be saying, okay, things may feel a little insecure at the moment, and maybe your intuition is a better guide than your logic, and just kind of staying in the moment with things. If we go to the fifth house here, we have the participation, the Four of Wands with air. So there is a sense here, okay, if there's a relationship, I mean, okay, air is definitely a more detached card, but participate, this can sometimes is considered to be a card of marriage for some people. So, but this is the house of love affairs, like non-legalized relationships. So I don't know, maybe there's somebody who's a friend now, maybe who's going to have some partnership potential. But this can also just be that maybe you've achieved something recently. Maybe you've, with air here, this could be about writing or communications. This is a house of creativity. So this could be something creative that you've done that has to do with the written word or communication or the spoken word. And participation would indicate, that there's some level of success, but maybe you are ready to move on towards the next thing. And we have Ta. Okay. In the sixth house, we have the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Cups. So Ta indicates we're working towards something. Perhaps there's a lot of possibilities. Maybe not all of them are real right now, or maybe it's a matter of seeing which ones are realistic, which ones are people reflecting. We have to see what's really our own ideas as opposed to things perhaps we're picking up from other people or influences from other people. Ten of Swords seems to indicate that there's been an ending of some sort, and that there's now going to be a rebirth. So whatever state you've been in right now, if you've been worried about something, okay, the fact that I see Ta seems like you're building something, and these suggest to me that maybe you are not sure about where you're going. You're looking at all of these possibilities that we see over here. Maybe not all of them seem real. Maybe some of them seem like fantasies. And maybe this is because you've had an ending recently, or maybe even a betrayal somewhere that's made you feel kind of a little dubious. But Ta is assuring you that you should keep working and stay the course at what it is that you're doing. Anubis here, we have this is the card of protection and negotiation, and we have it with the Eight of Swords, which is guilt. So I feel like there's something connected to a relationship where either you or your partner or a prospective partner mentally is tied up in knots here. There's somebody here who is overthinking a situation. There definitely seems to be a sense of safety, and also of a situation where maybe you're not deluding yourself. So I think there's some kind of a situation here with a relationship, whether it's a marriage, a prospective, somebody you love who you're hoping maybe it's going to go somewhere, or with somebody who's like a business partner, where you need to release some kind of guilt around a situation and stop overthinking it, because everything is fine and you are safe. Buckle of Isis here. Okay, we have it with the Chariot, which is the awareness card, the 7 here. So this is definitely about you getting clear on where you're going and what you want. And the Chariot is usually a card of movement. It's moving ahead. You have the clarity information that you need. It's dawning on you what's going to work and what's not going to work. As you can see, this is a shadow person and the real person is coming out inside. I feel like whatever changes, whatever separation you make, you're trying to become more the person who you truly are right now. If we look at this Earth card here, okay, you've got the Ace of Swords here, and this is a card of consciousness. Again, there's this whole thing about awareness and clarity. So whatever this is here, I don't know, again, if this is a legal matter. I don't know if this is about education, spirituality, whatever it is that the Earth card is referring to, whether this indicates money coming in from that source or whether it indicates just a situation where you are moving along slowly and steadily. The consciousness card here, the Ace of Swords, seems to indicate whatever it is here, you have an absolute clarity, and aces bring about new beginnings. So I just feel like something may be happening, or some kind of thing may be coming in. Maybe if this is about money, maybe it's monies that are unexpected. But whatever it is, it's going to make the path forward, the path to expansion very clear for you with that coming up there. 10th house. Okay, we have Horus here. As I mentioned, this is kind of the popular hero. And we have it with the Two of Cups, the friendliness card. And Horus is definitely a card of friendship. So I feel like when it comes to your career and your job, reach out to your network and your friends and the people who support you. I do feel like you will get support in that way to move forward with whatever it is, especially if right now you're feeling like maybe there's been a betrayal, or maybe you're feeling guilt over maybe a previous partnership or something that's been lost. That does definitely says reach out to those who are friendly to you and to your cause. Let's do the 11th house here. Let's see what we have. Okay, we have the success card, the Six of Wands. So this is great. As far as your goals, I mean, again, there definitely seems to be this idea of hitting a milestone. I mean, we have the participation card directly across over here. And these are both cards of like reaching a milestone where you feel like you've accomplished something and you can be proud of your accomplishments. And again, there's this idea of moving towards doing, having the life, doing what you love, having the life that you want. And again, there's still also this potential, I think, for relationship with somebody who is like a friend becoming a lover. It is certainly possible for at least some people watching this video. Number 6 seems to be important with regard to your goals too, because you have a 6 here, and then 2 plus 4 on the on card is 6. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could represent to the imageries of the 6s. The 5s tend to represent conflicts and changes, and the 6 is where you're moving into something a little more stable, or maybe you're pausing and taking a look back, or looking for support. But this seems to, this is a moment of almost a pause. So I don't know. I feel like this might have to do with a time frame though. So take it as it resonates. Could be 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months. But there definitely seems to be something around the 6 energy here. Okay, let's look at this Lotus card and see what that's about for you. Okay, so the card we get is the 4 of Cups, and in this deck it is the Turning Within card. As you can see, this is this woman sitting here. There's all these outside voices yelling at her, and it's kind of acting like, you need to turn within and not listen to those external voices. And that makes a lot of sense with the whole idea of peace of mind. I'm looking at, there's a few other ones that showed up. We have the Emperor, which is the Rebel card here. The Adventure, again, this idea of being on a new path. We have the 3 of Wands, experiencing, so, allowing yourself to fully immerse yourself in the experience of living and not compromising, because you had the 6 of Pentacles here as well. So that would be about compromising your dreams and what you want for what you think is going to either gain social approval, or what you think where you might be trading, say, for example, money for following an authentic path, because usually when we start on a new path, it could be a while before we're financially successful or something like that. But yeah, there's definitely this idea of not compromising here and not worrying about the path that you're on. Let's see with the overall, we have, like I said, Osiris. Okay. Yeah, again, we have the No Thingness card, which is the Hierophant, and we have New Vision, which is the Hanged Man. So, okay. So this suggests to me that maybe you're in the gap right now. Maybe you're making some changes. Maybe you're not sure where everything is going, and this can be a little scary. But with New Vision, it's saying you need to take a broader perspective. Think outside the box. Look at what the possibilities are here. And again, we've got possibilities over here. I feel like this is just saying, when you're at it, you have a stable situation right now. But there may be some unanswered questions, or maybe some voids and some gaps in where you're at. And this would be telling me, you need to think about the situation, take a different perspective on it, stand on your head, so to speak, and see what the, how it looks from a different perspective. Because it could be that the areas where you're feeling worried or uncertain or doubtful of what you're doing or overthinking, it's because you may only be looking at it one way, and you need to take a different perspective here. And that will tell you what kind of sacrifices you need to make. In fact, Buckle of Isis here seems to indicate something is going to be given up in order for you to move ahead. That's going to become clear to you. We're going to pull a Secret Language of Light card for today as our extra oracle. And oh, this one got thrown down here. And this is interesting. You have the card 7. Nothing has gone wrong. And that's really interesting because that is kind of the vibe here, that you're worried that you're doing something wrong, or that something's going to go wrong, or maybe somebody screwed you over in the past and you're thinking, oh, this isn't going to work out. Let's read what this card's about. In the last few days, a change came out of the blue. It may have felt like your body and mind moved through a crack in reality as your life altered course so suddenly. Deep within, you have been craving change, and this situation brings new and different experiences in your life. You may be feeling a little lightheaded and dazzled by the brilliance of this expanded version of you, but you are doing so well. It's now time to catch your breath and settle into your new outlook. This is an opportunity to look at your thoughts, ideas, and reactions to your potential success. As you become aware and implement change, you can rise above the limits people or situations have placed on you. This card depicts the trigram of the I Ching with a yin-yang symbol. This is a reminder that everything changes, that nothing can exist on our physical plane without its opposite, and neither is superior to the other. You can't stop anything that has manifested, but it can serve as inspiration to create new paths aligned with your soul truth. And I think that's really a pretty perfect summary of what I'm seeing in this reading for you today. So I hope this reading is helpful to you, Capricorn. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell so you don't miss any of these videos. All of this, of course, helps the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.